I do like this box. Kill Purple Worm. See you at Gen Con.
Join the team.
That's right, Bear. Purple Worm. Kill. See you at Gen Con. Woo! Hey, theMCGuiRE Review, and today we're going to take a look at a brand new product from Beadle and Grimm's, and that is this larger dice set right here. Now, we do have a number of products kind of set out on the table right now. We've got one of their original Game Master journals. I'm not sure if they're still doing these with like the cork like this, but this is one that they offered some time ago, and then a couple of their smaller dice sets that we've got here that I have purchased. This one was sent to the channel for review, and this was sent to the channel for review. I did purchase both of these actually last year, I think it was, or maybe it was a year before that. Can't remember. At Gen Con, they do have a booth there at Gen Con. So if you're going to Gen Con, swing by their booth and check them out. They do have all this different types of stuff at the booth there. They got a lot of different t-shirts as well. I always get a t-shirt. I wonder if they'll have the new Ring of Chaos t-shirt. I do want that one. Speaking of that, their new board game, Ring of Chaos, will be delivering, I think, pretty shortly here, so I'm looking forward to that. And we're going to do a video right when that delivers to see the production quality of that game. We did cover that game and its prototype, and it was pretty cool, but I'm very, very interested to see the actual production quality of that game, so we'll have a full video on that once it hits. However, today is about this box right here, this large box. So there are some things that we're going to get into today. And again, just like anything that we do here on the channel, and I do like to kind of caveat some of these things. I am friends, obviously, with a lot of different folks across the industry, different companies, people that work at those companies. I do know the Beadle and Grimm guys, talk to them every year. They're great guys. So, you know, but this is a review channel. So things that come to the channel are going to be reviewed, and I'm going to be honest with those reviews as we go through anything that hits the channel. Anything with their box sets have been fantastic over the years, but there's some things here and there that I'll call out. We'll do the same thing here with this today. So I do want to caveat that as we get into this, because I think that that's just the way that it should be, right? Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to set this aside here. Bear, watch that. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to look at these smaller tins. And I don't know if you've actually seen these before, but they do have the smaller tin as well as the larger tin offering. Now, the smaller tins are the same conceptually as the larger ones outside of a few things. You do get a bunch of dice inside, okay? And it is going to be customized for that particular class. So this is the Druid tin, and it is going to be customized for that Druid character and the dice that you would need more, more generally for that class. Okay, so that's how this is going to work. It does have just a plastic, and I don't want to try to pull it out, I don't want to damage it, but it does have a little plastic insert. And could you say that it's kind of a little dice tray as well? You could, okay, it's just kind of small, but you definitely could, grab some dice and roll at the table, and it would dub as a little dice tray. If you really wanted to kind of, deluxify this out, you could cut yourself out a little piece of foam, or go down to a local fabric shop, get a little strip of leather or pleather or something like that, and you could glue in there and put it at the very bottom. I may actually do that just to kind of deluxify it out. Get a little piece of pleather, a little piece of padding or something, and just glue in the bottom of there. It would be pretty cool, and you could use that as like a little kind of mini dice tray. And you can see even if you're rolling quite a few dice in your hand, it still works. It's not like they're jumping out or anything, and they can roll just fine. So you can use that as a little dice rolling tray. These are just going to be your standard acrylic dice. And I am kind of covering all of this because I don't think I've ever really done a video on these either. These are just your absolute standard. I don't want to degrade them, but they are your bare bones acrylic dice, okay? They do have nice weight. They do have a little bit more weight. They're not, some of these can get really, really light and really, really cheap feeling. They've got a little weight to them, which is nice. They've got a little bit of like, you know, color blending in them. Now, the one thing that is nice about these is they do have the Beadle and Grimm like font on the die, and that font looks really good. And that font does sort of make the dice feel a little bit higher quality just due to the actual font that they use. The tin is really nice. The Druid is by far my favorite out of all the tin designs they have for these smaller ones. And it is raised. It's a stamp metal. You'll see it on the side-by-side there. It's got the class name. It's got some awesome artwork. And again, the Druid is by far my favorite. It's incredible on the design. And it just looks really good. Okay? They've got these for a number of classes, and they always have the Game Master. So the Game Master is going to be the same. Okay, all the dice are going to... Whoa! Boo! They're obviously going to look all different. So, you know, these... And they kind of got two different sort of colors in each of their set. That's how kind of all the designs work. But as you saw with the Druid, it kind of had the greens and the blues. Here we've got kind of this copper sort of color, as well as the black and white kind of cream sort of together, where the D20 is a little bit different in each of them. It's like more bronzy copper, and this is more black and white kind of swirl. So it kind of stands out a little bit within each one of the sets. But again, these, you know, they're all the same at this grade. They're all these standard acrylic dice. And they all just right in there together, okay? So very cool little sets. These come at $25, I think, is the MSRP. It's $24.99 or $25. I think on the website they're just marked as $25 MSRP. So I think that's a good price for this, because you get quite a few dice. I mean, you're kind of getting two sets of RPG dice for the most part in these sets. And you do get the really cool little tin that does kind of dub, and this stands up nice. It dubs as kind of a little, you know, conversational or artistic piece that you can set up where you've got your dice set up. And it's got the little, you know, the raised metallic look and feel, kind of dances off the light a little bit. So, you know, these are really nice. I think the $25 mark is dead on. Then we get into this, okay? And I've got this little piece here because it just kind of goes in the back when you get the packaging, right? So we'll take that out. We'll throw that away. These are the larger boxes that they have, and they do, again, have these for only a few of the classes, and they do have the Game Master one as well. I liked the Cleric because I play a Cleric in our Dragonlance campaign, and I wanted to end out the Dragonlance campaign that we currently have going on right now through the Band of Badgers. So if you want to check that out, there's another brand that I'm aligned with. It's called Band of Badgers. That's where we do all of the RPG play. And there's a number of other types of videos and content on that channel as well. But we have a Dragonlance campaign going on right now, and I'm going to be using these Cleric dice for that. And I enjoy playing the Cleric class. I just find it to be a very, very fun class, and a lot of different ways you can kind of customize that class. These boxes are definitely higher quality, okay? You can see there, they've got kind of the shiny treatment on. It has the raised, just like this one does, but a little bit more, you know, flair and feel. I'll kind of show it in the light there, and woo! On the back, you got your Beadle and Grimm's logo. Other than that, they're not identical. They are different. So you open this up, and what you'll find inside is these foam inserts. Okay, so they kind of went with the foam setup on this one. You'll take this first little piece out, and they do have each of the dice in its own little containment pod, we'll say. And the dice are definitely higher quality here than what you get in here. Here's where we're going to get into the review side. However, they are still kind of your standard acrylic dice, okay? Standard to, I would say, the market. The market sort of, you know, has raised the bar, I think, just for buy a set of your standard acrylic dice, and you're going to get this quality, right? I mean, they do have better of the sheer sort of in these, and again, every class is different colored. You can see here in the Cleric, you got kind of this creamy, shimmery look on the dice with the gold numbering, and you'll see it on the side-by-side cam here. Bear's working it. And that looks really good. I like how the numbers are nice and big, so it's easy to see. The set that's down here is where I think you get a little bit of a notch up from what you would call a standard acrylic die, which is what I would call this. You get the die that's got sort of like half of it is colored solid and half of it is the clear acrylic, and then they're injecting something in that clear side. In this one, you get little gold flakes. And I really like that the Cleric did that. It felt a little bit of a step above there, getting those little gold flakes. Some of them have kind of like swirly black ink. Some of them have like, you know, different colors. But this one actually has the little gold flakes. And I thought that was a really nice touch. And it looks really, really good on the dice. Okay. We're going to pull this out, and you'll see that this piece comes out. It kind of holds all the dice in there. So it does have kind of a nice, you know, centerpiece sort of look if you wanted to display your dice like this, you know, and maybe put a little nail in the wall and kind of hang this above it. I mean, you can get creative with what you want to do with this, how you want to display your dice. So I do think that's nice, okay? This fully dubs as a dice rolling tray. So I'm just going to grab some of these dice here from this set. This is really marketed as a dice rolling tray because you got the padding all the way around. You can roll your dice, and now you have your dice and a dice rolling tray, okay? You can, if you want, if you did want, I mean, these foam pieces are like separate foam pieces that can come out of here. So if you wanted even a deeper tray for some reason, or you wanted a little bit of that metal clink, right, you could take that foam out of there and then do that if you wanted to. I don't know that you would want to, but you can. Now, this is where we get kind of into the product design and the value of the product, okay, from a review perspective. This comes at $25. This comes at $60. Okay, so this is $60. Yes, you are getting a little bit of a better dice set. I mean, this is definitely, even these here are a notch above what you're getting here. So, you know, and then these are what I would say like another notch above what you're getting here. So you're getting definitely 1 to 2 notches above what you're getting in the $25 product. But is it, you know, you have to look at the value of the entire thing that you're getting. And are the dice like $60 set of dice? No, they're not. They're a nice set of dice for the most part. I mean, they're pretty cool. And you get a number of dice. It's another thing you have to look at. It's not just a set of dice. You're getting effectively twice the amount of dice that you would normally get if you just went out and bought a higher grade set of acrylic dice. You are getting twice the amount. So, you know, that's good. I think you get this dubs as a dice rolling tray, so I think there's value there. What I would have liked to have seen, though, from a product perspective, is that this would have been really designed and marketed as the player travel kit. And I think that could have easily been done with the components that are here. So versus going with this setup of like trying to just use all of this foam and all of this space to just, you know, pop the lid and showcase the dice, I think it would have been a lot more effective from my perspective. It's my opinion. I think it would have been better, and I think it would have added more value to the end consumer if all of this was sort of designed to be more of like a travel kit, where there was just like a pocket at the top where all the dice, because these are acrylic dice, you're not damaging these dice by just having them all clinking around here, right? Like if the top of this was just, and to let you know, I'm going to do this, like I'm going to modify all this stuff to do this. If the top was just like a containment, you know, pocket here, and all the dice were there, and then there was like an area that would hold like a couple miniatures with this foam, I'm just going to slice this up and make it to where, like, you know, I'll cut this a little bit bigger, and then there'll be a miniature like across that, and then that's there. And then there's another little pocket where you could put your pins, your paper. You fold up some paper and put it in there, a couple pins in there. You could even lose some of this like foam for the height, right? And give me my book. And, you know, if they had a book, this actually will fit. I've tried this. I pulled all this foam out of here, and I was able to get this to fit right down in there perfectly. So I think their newer ones aren't as bulky. They're a little thinner, especially the player version of these. And then that can go right in there, and that could even be like the topper, right? So you wouldn't even need this anymore. The book would literally be the topper, right? And then you still have the bottom piece in there where it's a rolling tray. So just imagine that, where you could pop the insert out that's holding your miniatures and your dice and whatever, and then now you've got your dice rolling tray, and your book is your topper that holds it all in, and it just then the product is a traveling player's RPG kit, and that's where then I think that $60 price tag really starts to lock in the value of what you get. Okay, so again, like, a lot of Beadle and Grimm's products are based on partnerships with other big parent IPs and brands. This is a Beadle and Grimm's product. The board game is a Beadle and Grimm product. These books are a Beadle and Grimm's product. So, they can't come out of the gate with, like, I understand from a manufacturing perspective and, like, trying to make sure they're making money on these products and putting the price at the right point so they make money based on their ability to produce this product and whatever they're paying for this product. So I get that. But just from a review perspective, I think there's opportunities to use all of this same stuff, but in other creative ways, and create products that people can utilize the value of that even more. And I think if this was a travel player's kit, now it's on a whole nother level, right? Now it's like you show up to the night with your little fancy tin, and it's like, oh, that's cool. What's that? Oh, it's my Cleric's travel kit, right? And you pop that open, and now you got your dice and your miniatures and your pen and your paper and your little book, and now it starts to get really, really cool. And you're able to kind of, you're now traveling with this, and that's the purpose of this, and more people get to see how cool the product is, right? You're not going to get people that are going to get this set and go traveling with this giant box to their game night, right? More than likely they're going to take out all their dice and throw it in a little baggie, and they're going to go to their game night with their phone or whatever they use to track their character. So that's where, I think there are opportunities as they kind of advance and evolve this product as they go forward. And I just wanted to take some time to, like, lay that out and review it from that perspective. Last thing I'll call out is, for some reason, this foam that they're using, or maybe it's the manufacturer of this foam, it does have quite a strong scent. Just kind of that foam sort of scent. It does have a very strong scent. It has dissipated since I've been using these and, like, opening it up, and it definitely is lowering, if not almost gone. But I will tell you this, when I first took this out of the shrink and popped the lid, it was like, it almost made me lightheaded. But I did go in for a nice big long whiff just to get a good, I like to do that. So that is another thing I will mention, and I have heard that from a number of folks. So don't be surprised if you do buy one of these and that happens. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong. It just needs to sort of air out a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's just probably just part of the manufacturing process of making this. So that's something I think just to kind of think about from a review perspective. I've bought many different types of foams over the years, and that hasn't been a problem. So something to kind of think about. So is this cool? Yes, I think it's a cool product. Does it look good? Of course it looks good. Pretty much everything Beadle and Grimm's does has this beautiful artwork and this good look to it, right? Should you buy it? I don't know. That's like, if the dice and the tin and all of that is worth it to you for this larger offering at the $60 price tag, then I would say, yes, you should buy it. If they come out with a larger one like this that is a druid, will I spend my own $60 to buy it? Yes, I would. I would. I'm not going to spend my $60 to buy it on any of the other sets, but if they came out with this with the Druid in this one, I would absolutely spend my $60 to buy it. If I would have never got this Cleric and I went to Gen Con and they had this, I would have spent probably $60 and I would have bought it. And the reason is because, to me, that value is there because I'm going to do those extra little steps to make this a little travel player's kit. I'm going to modify all this to be able to do that. It's not hard. All I have to do is slice some foam. It's very easy to do. And I'm going to creatively make this something a little bit different than what this offering is. So it's worth it to me. If you're not going to do any of that stuff and, you know, it's an acrylic set of dice, is it worth it to you? I don't know. You may want to just go spend $60 on a nice gemstone set of dice or metal set of dice or, you know, something else. That's where the whole, like, review and value comes in to you as a person. But is it a really cool product? Yes, there's nothing out there on the market that's quite like this, that anybody is doing. And it is another one of those, I think, high-quality Beadle and Grimm offerings. But as a consumer in today's market, you've got to make the decision if it's worth it to you or not. So that is the larger dice set from Beadle and Grimm's. Again, I love the stuff that comes out from these guys. I can't wait till the board game gets here. Team, that is it. I will see you at Gen Con. This video should release before Gen Con at some point, and I will be at the Purple Worm Kill event as well, watching another amazing episode of that. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that. And with that, team, keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time.